Welcome back to the Divine Channel and episode 4 of my story. When we last left off, I had officially joined the vampire clan Angels of Savage Garden and became the Queen, Izzy Devane's daughter. I had met many new people and began to settle in. But little did I know, I was about to meet two of the most impactful people in my Second Life experience to this day. The first I met one day when I was stood in my room. Out of nowhere, someone landed on my head, causing all kinds of confusion. Her name was Jade Light Fear Night. We began chatting and she told me this used to be her room and that she was returning to SL after a break following an unpleasant experience a few months previous. After our formal introductions, I proceeded to introduce her to some people I had gotten to know in my short time with ASG. We got on really well and had a lot of fun together, and she is still my closest friend to this day. The second was someone called Kiritio, of whom I mentioned in my last video. As mentioned previously, he lived in the room below me. As I was learning more about the vampire system called Bloodlines in SL, I was designated as what is called a blood doll. A blood doll is a human that vampires can feed off if their need becomes desperate. But as Izzy told me, I should never let someone feed off me unless they can give me money for apples or cider to maintain my humanity. Unfortunately, one time I did let Kiritio feed off me for free when his need was dire. And as a result, we both got scolded for it by our queen. After the scolding, I felt a bit down and made myself small, something I have since come to know as a baby girl trait, going into one's little space. Following this, Kiritio took me to a bloodline sim so he could buy me some cider to refill my humanity gauge. Once there, we sat at the bar, had a few drinks and a good chat about things. But then, to lighten the mood, I pretended I got really drunk. Kiritio pleaded with me to get up, but I was having too much fun being silly, until Kiritio got a few messages from other people in the sim about my small avatar being in an adult sim, and so we both teleported back to the clan land and went up to my room for me to sleep it off. Once I got to my bed, Kiritio stayed watching over me until I said I felt better, which I felt was a really sweet thing to do. Over the next few weeks, I spent my time mostly at the clan land, and when I was not with the queen, now my mother, or with Jade, hanging around, dancing and having fun, I was spending my time hanging with Kiritio, or the aforementioned Flood from my last video. What I didn't realize though is that during this time things grew more and more rocky between Kiritio and my queen. I knew they never really saw eye to eye, but after those few weeks, Kiritio ended up leaving clan and getting a place of his own. But all of this was only a prelude to a storm that was yet to come.